You know what? I thought about something. I just woke up. It's like 11:57. About control freaks and these control freaks, these fucking psychopaths. We got some control freaks that are not even on, that are not from our planet, and they have. To me, it's funny about people who wants to take control of humanity. I see all different types of versions of controlling humanity. I've seen, it's like you got the, what you call it, the nationalist type control. You know, you got Rudolph's his version, his control, and then you got anonymous version of their control. Because anonymous, in a strange way, is more like this version of slavery, their version, because I noticed that. But the more anonymous starts seeing things deeply, and then I kind of like, how slavery. You have to define what slavery is. Slavery to me is is one who loves to control humanity and steal the resources from this planet. That's what slavery is. You know, economy is a slave structure. And ones who wants to save it wants their version of of slavery. Rudolph's version of slavery is a little bit more relaxing in some weird way. But it's like it's still slavery to me. And working to me is, humanity needs to develop a different version of working. Or we shouldn't even call it work. It should be more like a hobby. But a different version of, I don't know, if you want to be one with nature, one with everything around us, you gotta be in harmony with the planet and everything. I mean, you have to be in harmony with everything around you, with life itself. It's like the nationalist people. All they care about is this self destruction of our own selves. Because they're so fucking greedy. Nationalists are fucking greedy ass fucks. That's all they are to me. That's how I look at it. And then you got the liberals, and I mean yeah, that's great that they want to pay taxes, but this is still a slave system. Liberals. Libertarians is another version of slavery too. You know, they're all they all want a slave system for greed. And the fighting to work, which I don't understand. Why do we need to fight to work? Why do we need to fight to be a slave? And I don't get that shit. It's like it's reverse thinking, and it creates a dysfunctional environment that we live in, because our whole environment is so dysfunctional. We can't even take care of the water, the trees. We can't even take care of the land. That's how dysfunctional humanity is to me. Yeah, I like Rudolph because he has I think he wants to become nature itself with humanity. And humanity do needs to be disciplined a little bit. You know, humanity needs a little discipline in taking care of their environment. instead of stop being fucking greedy and selfish and believing in the slave system that would save them because they believe that the economy is going to save their fucking asses. Things have to change on this planet. If we don't change, you know, if we don't change and we can't take care of this planet and even our own selves, then what's the point of having humanity? What is the point of having humanity if they don't want to change and take care of the environment? Because I had a thought about that too. It's like I live in an environment where you know fear, stress. You, you live in I live in a stressful environment. That all I care about is stupid piece of paper. You know, make believe bullshit money. I mean, it's a stressful environment. I wouldn't call it positive. Only the delusional people who believe that this is a positive environment are whacked out of their minds. That's why I call them psychopaths, control freaks, because they always believe that, oh yeah, they put their faith in an environment where everybody has to be controlled and to their laws and the way they should do things, and they call that a positive environment. It's like they got to be fucking. Those are the people. Just they need to go off this planet. They need to leave this planet, or just leave because it's everything about what we're doing is so wrong. I mean, humanity, the poor people. Do you really want to be controlled by these control psycho freaks to control your life? Use your life. They use your life, you know? Especially the people in the military. You sign your life to die for these fucking control freaks, psychopaths. You military, you're poor. You don't make much money. You're poor, and you let them tell you let them tell you should die for something that you decide for a stupid flag, you know, your stupid country. You give your life up for your stupid country. I don't get you fucking backwards mind fuckers out there. I don't get that. All you backwards mind fuckers, especially you military people, when you give up, you let these control freaks have control of your life till and die. They control you to die. I would call that murder. You know, attempting to murder a human, attempted to murder a life. That's what I call it. Any military on this fucking planet, because all the military, I believe, is designed to fucking for us as human being being against our own selves. We're like I said, we're like a chess set for these control freaks. Profit freaks and all that fucking bullshit. They're all psychopaths. That design weapons for our own self destruction, for our own self. And plus the land itself gets just, and plus the land and everything gets all fucking fucked up. You know, and it just yeah, one way in a strange way, I would agree with Rudolph, the tall white alien, for the pole shift, because the pole shift will wipe everything away. You know, because what because we do need that pole shift. You know, in a strange way, we do need that pole shift. It's like get rid of all these fucking mindless zombies out there that believes in the economy, that believes in fighting and saying, congratulations on being in debt. Congratulations for putting your life on the line. It's like those are the psychopaths out there that 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 only cares about that will make everybody your enemy. We don't need people that makes enemy out of our own humankind. We don't need that shit. We don't need. We live on one planet, and we are our own enemies, and that's what the control freaks like. Control freaks love creating enemies against our own selves, and ones who put faith in it are the psychopaths. You know, no matter what. I don't care what political background you got. You're always creating enemies. Even your politics, you're creating enemies too. That's why the psychopaths, are determined to start a war. You know, which is funny, pretty fucked up. That's what we don't need these fucking people on this planet. They need to go. They're just creating more problems. That's what they want. They want more problems to be created. That's how you create fear. And fear is what it loves. It loves fear, and if you look at the old creation the way it was, it's like it was its enjoyment. It enjoyed the fear. That's why these religious fuckheads worshipped it. They worshipped this psychopath creation back then. You know, they worshipped this psychopath creation, and that's why they're acting the way they are right now. It's just they're fucking. You could just look at the person. Look at the religious people. Look how cold hearted they are. You know, when I see a Christian, for me, it's like there's no compassion at all. You could see the cold heart. It's like they don't have no feelings at all when I see a Christian. It's like they're just like a robot. You know, trust me. I mean, I've seen this. It's like especially the war type Christian, one who believes in war. You talk about being cold hearted and no compassion. There you go. And these Christians don't even see that shit. You know? They don't even see that because I see it. I feel it. I could feel even the women are the same as the men, especially down here in South, how cold hearted they can be, it's like my friend that visit me all the time, that supports, policemen and supports the soldiers, and then she realized that her boyfriend is an ex-military, really abusive soldier, but he he was more of a conservative side, and it's like she supported that. My friend supported that, and and one thing about her is she supports the system, abusive, and I couldn't take it. I couldn't take her because the way she don't realize and she don't see that the world is there's no compassion in this fucking world. So I gave her how I a little what compassion is. She has compassion, but her version of compassion is 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 greed. And I couldn't take that no more. And you wonder why. And you wonder why I kind of like dismissed her. You know, and she uses the system, the court system. Yeah, I can understand that her she had abusive relationships, but most of her abusive relationships are conservative people, you know? Conservative people, to me, they do not have compassion at all. None. None of them has it, you know? And liberals are kind of like, they're kind of weird. It's like they have compassion, but they're still, they want to be controlled. They still control freaks, but it's like, but they're still, liberals have a different type of slave system, you know, by using the government, you know, and this is what creates conflict and fear when you have two different fucking political backgrounds, and you look, to me, I want to get rid of both. You know, I don't give a fuck about the conservative or the liberal point of view of it's both slavery to me, you know. It's all slavery, and I can't stand that shit, you know. It's like, and why do you need to fight to work? Why do you need to fight to be who you are? Why do you need to fight? You know, I don't get that shit. Why people, why these psychopaths, control freaks wants to fight for stupid rights? You know, it's really stupid, to be honest. I mean, you're gotta be a fucking idiot on one. You know, we live on one planet, and you're a fucking idiot to believe in these political bullshit. You know, so I say fuck your. You know, I believe in the word free. You know, free healthcare. You know, everybody should have free healthcare. You know, working. You know, people, work should not be a priority on this fucking planet. Work should be a hobby. It should be. Another thing I believe is family. You know, family always come first. You know, if you can't enjoy your family, then you have a fucking problem. And then see, with family, and then, and for me it's like, you know, and then education. You know, education should be on the top. Not the top, but it should be for free. I don't care what kind of education we have. I don't care. It should be a grade system, in A or B. It should be more of a mentor system instead. You know, which I noticed that I think is way better, because I, I don't believe we should have a grade system for our education. You know, we because your kids could be, you know, your kids could be a fast learner. You know, the objective is to make your kids smarter than your parents. That's the objective. You know, that's what I believe in. I believe your child should be smarter than your parents in higher education. I mean, I believe that we should have. I mean, the technology we're supposed to have, that the the black government has, should be shared amongst the human beings. You know, which they don't. If we took these technology and put it in our housing, we can have free energy anytime. We wouldn't have to worry about paying fucking bills to the psychopaths, you know? Our housing should be for free. You know, we should enjoy living in our house, you know? And people, you know, enjoyment, the enjoyment of fixing a house, you should enjoy fixing a house, you know, not have the enjoyment. You shouldn't be paid to fix a house. You should enjoy fixing a house and help others instead. You know, it's a totally different type of thought process. You know, taking care of your own humankind. If if people knew how to do that, then that would be a totally different type of fucking planet. Because money wouldn't exist. It would be the enjoyment. You know, there's enjoyment and there's enjoyment. You know, you know, the enjoyment of helping others, you know, the enjoyment of making stuff for others, but not, and then turn around, give back to the environment, and make sure the environment is back to what the way it is, you know, a cycle. But this cycle is an abusive cycle, whoever, for profit. That's it. Another cycle I'm talking about is you give and You take and you give back. You really give back, not the ones we live in, not the way we live right now. We live in a fucking environment where we take, but we never give back. That's why we have dirty water, we have dirty air, we have dirty food, and all the animals are going extinct because these people do not know how to give back at all. They don't know how to coexist with the environment because all they care about is making everybody else suffer and payments. This payment and debt, being a debt slave. I'm sick of people who support debt slavery. You know, because I can't stand that shit. It drives me nuts. So that's the way I look at it.